Think about the most vivid sensory experiences you can recall, the brightest lights and most colorful textures you have seen, the loudest sounds, or the most beautiful symphony you have heard, the most appealing fragrance, or the worst stench imaginable, the best meal you have ever eaten. What about recovering after a workout using a cold plunge or sauna? All of these experienced sensations are thanks to your five senses. And yet, these five senses that help us navigate life and survive, alongside experiencing all the best and worst things that life has to offer, are merely scratching the surface of existence. Narrow spectrum of visible light. Did you know that what we refer to as visible light, or the visible spectrum, is the band of the electromagnetic spectrum that is visible to the human eye? And did you know that visible light accounts for only around 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum? To help us visualize this, imagine a large crowd in a stadium. In this crowd, there are 28,571 people. One of these people represents the entire spectrum of visible light, while the remaining 28,570 represent the rest of the electromagnetic spectrum. That's how tiny the proportion of visible light is, compared to the entirety of the electromagnetic spectrum. On the spectrum, visible light lies between ultraviolet and infrared radiation. Infrared is used by snakes like pit vipers to detect the heat of their prey, even in total darkness, while bees can see ultraviolet patterns on flowers that guide them to nectar. For these creatures, the world is filled with visual cues and signals that are entirely invisible to us. This highlights how our perception of light, though crucial for survival, is just a sliver of the visual reality that exists. Range of human hearing. While our vision is limited, our sense of hearing reveals yet another fascinating story about the sounds we miss. Humans can typically hear frequencies between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. This means that any frequency outside this range is undetectable to our ears unless we use specialized tools, such as ultrasonic sensors for high frequencies or infrasound detectors for low frequencies. Take elephants, for example. Elephants communicate using infrasound, sounds below 20 Hz, sometimes as low as 14 Hz. On the opposite end of the spectrum, bats rely on ultrasound, frequencies above 20,000 Hz. These incredible creatures use echolocation to navigate and hunt in complete darkness. By emitting high-frequency sounds and analyzing the returning echoes, dolphins use ultrasonic clicks for communication and echolocation, and they can hear frequencies up to 100,000 Hz, which are 5 times higher than what humans can hear. In contrast, humans are restricted to a narrow band of frequencies, leaving an entire world of sound beyond our reach. These examples show how limited our auditory perception is, and how much richer the soundscape of the universe might be.